Into 2023 we go now. Will Celtic, of course, still dominate the Scottish game, or can Rangers actually make a run of it? We'll take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Babbles going to a prediction video today before the match number 20, that's right, of this year's Scottish Premiership. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button back to all things Scotland related, Babble related, world football related. We're all here, boys. Under one roof, of course, the talk of the town is the Glasgow Derby. Of course, the first for Michael Beale's fish and chips. Can, of course, they get over the line and dent the hopes of their nearest and dearest Celtic? Of course, we'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, people shout about VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. But anyway, we are recording this on the 23rd of December. Why? Because I'm on the road right about now, so we want to make sure you get the predictions in, of course, without being late for a very important date, of course. But anyway, let's recap where we are, of course, in Scottish Premiership football. Of course, we did predict the games here between Hibs and Celtic, Rangers, Motherwell, all of that kind of good stuff. That was back on the 28th of December. And of course, I don't know. Did Hibs come out with a shock? What about Rangers? Are they still unbeaten with Michael Beale's fish and chips? I don't know. You guys will know. In the future, you will know. Me in the past, I don't know. But anyway, this is what the table look like right now, of course, on the 23rd of December. So again, it could look much different as we look forward to these games. Of course, the first of 2023, who will get off to an absolutely fantastic start. Make sure you get your picks in. Cut your Scott picks. It is free. It is the Super Brew, and see how you're getting on with me when I come back around next time. That's right. Of course, we are talking about these games. Of course, I'm going to start with the big one, the Bobby Dazzler, taking place on Monday, January the 2nd, of course, on New Year's Day +1. So let's take a look at it. I don't actually have the odds and stuff like that. I've got basic scenario here, so we will carve our way through this as we look forward to it. So, to get off with Rangers against Celtic, it's the Bobby Dazzler. Played 100 times since 1987. 35 wins for Rangers, 48 wins for Celtic, 17 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Rangers, a 5-1 win. The biggest win for Celtic, a 5-0 win. In fact, Celtic has scored 153 goals compared to the 120 of Rangers over the course of those 100 games. Works out 1.2 goals a game for Rangers, and 1.53 goals a game for Celtic. Last time around, though, over at Ibrox, it was a 2-1 win for Celtic back in April 2022. They've since played back in Celtic Park. It was back in September, 4-0 win it was for Celtic. Goodness gracious me, they're trying to right some wrongs here, so we'll see if they could do that as well. But anyway, I'm coming at you the odds for this. I've got no odds. They're in my gut. My gut says I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to give it to Rangers here. Michael Beale will want to get over the line here with a 1-0 win. Not much in it, but of course maybe closing the gap in the Scottish title race. Kicking on forward though, we have, what else we got? Aberdeen against Ross County coming at you over at Pittodrie. Let's take a look at it then. The played 30 times since 2012, 16 wins for Aberdeen, 9 wins for Ross County, and we've got 5 draws. Of course, biggest win for Aberdeen, 4-0 win. The biggest win in the way, also a 4-0 win. Ross County though scored just 31 goals compared to the 48 scored by Aberdeen in the course of those 30 games. Works out about 1.03 goals a game compared to the 1.6 goals scored by Aberdeen. Last time around though, over at Pittodrie, it was a 1-0 win for Ross County. In fact, they're unbeaten against Aberdeen over the last 5, picking up a couple of wins and 3 draws. Any odds for this one? Or odds are in my gut. My gut says it's going to be a win though for Aberdeen. We're flying high, 2-0 for them over at Pittodrie. So another win in the column to keep them in the mixer, maybe pushing for 3rd spot. Next, of course, we have Kilmarnock up against St Mirren, of course, coming at you over at Rugby Park. Played the 50 times this year, 2000. 20 wins for Kilmarnock, 16 wins for St Mirren, and we've got 12 draws, of course. Biggest win for Kilmarnock, 3-1 win. Biggest win the other way, a 4-1 win. In fact, St Mirren scored 61 goals compared to the 63 of Kilmarnock over the course of those 50 games. 1.26 goals a game for Kilmarnock, and 1.22 scored by St Mirren on the same. Last time around, though, of course, in Kilmarnock, it was a 3-3 draw back in May 2021. They've also played each other this season. Back in October, it was a 0-0 draw back in St Mirren. The odds, of course, got none of those. We're going to go with it. A 2-1 win in the end for Kilmarnock. And if you're savvy and quick, you would have seen the next one, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Of course, it is. What is it? It is, of course, the Edinburgh Derby, right? That's right, of course. No rest for the wicked. Of course, another Stiging game. It's Hearts against Hibs over at Tynecastle. Played each other 100 times since 1985. 25 wins, just 25 for Hibs. 42 wins for Hearts. 33 draws, of course. Biggest win, though, for Hibs. 6-2 win. The biggest win the other way. A 5-1 win for Hearts as well. Played each other 137 goals scored by Hearts, 102 by Hibs in the 33 games. Works out about 1.2 goals a game for Hibs, 1.37 goals a game for Hearts. Last time around, though, over at Tynecastle, was a 2-1 win. That was in the Scottish Cup way back in April 2022. That's the picture in the league at Tynecastle was a 3-1 win for Hearts. They've also played this season at Easter Road. It was a 1-1 draw way back in August, of course. I'd love to see Hibs win here, but I can't see it. A 3-2 win in the end for Hearts to take 3 points and, of course, maintain their dominance over Hibs for the time being. Meanwhile, Livingston coming at you. Where are you? Have I done it again? I've bloody done it again. Of course, Livingston up against Motherwell at the Tony Macaroni Stadium, of course. Who's going to come out on top on this mid-table crunch clash? Played 36 times, 2001, 9 wins to Livingston, 20 wins for Motherwell. I've got 7 draws, of course. Livingston, though, biggest win for them, 5-1 win. Biggest win the other way, 5-0 win for Motherwell. In fact, they scored 60 goals compared to Livingston's 41 over the course of those 36 games. 1.14 goals against, or goals scored by Livingston on average, compared to 1.67 goals scored by Motherwell on average. Last time around, though, at the Tony Macaroni Stadium was a 2-2 draw way back in April 2022. Motherwell, though, coming into this on the back of they beat them, Livingston 1-0 it was back at Fir Park in August. In fact, Motherwell are unbeaten against Livingston over the last 6, picking up 5 wins and just 1 draw, of course. However, what are we going to go on here at the Tony Macaroni Stadium? I'm actually backing, I think, Livingston to get a cheeky 1-0 win to turn the tide somewhat, and then wrap it up. Is the Super Jays taking on Dundee United. Of course, that's also taking place at McDermott Park on the 2nd of Jan. Of course, now these two sides have played each other 57 times in 720 wins apiece and 17 draws, of course. St Johnstone, though, 3-0 win was the biggest win over the last 57 games. 4-0 win was the biggest win the other way for Dundee United. But Dundee United picking up 66 goals compared to Super Jays 63 over the course of those 57 games. Works out 1.11 goals a game compared to 1.16 goals a game from Dundee United. Last time around, though, over at McDermott Park, it was a 0-0 draw back in February 2022. They also played each other this season at Tannadice. It was a 2-1 win for Super Johnstone. That's right. They're unbeaten against Dundee United over the last 3. We get a couple of wins and a draw to boot. What's going to go on this weekend, though, or this match? I'm going to go with a cheeky 2-0 win in the end for St Johnstone, and that, of course, will keep them in the top 6 and put Dundee United still in trouble. That's my take on it, guys. Short, sharp, sweet, and all that kind of jazz. And of course, don't forget your own picks in here. Cut your Scott picks, and hopefully next time you see me for this in this outfit or this setup, we'll be back live, of course. But until then, be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, like, and hit the little bell. Until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next one. We are done right now.